Yo, man, this is a real bad one right here. It's a real bad one right here. Hate having to do stories like this. But y'all get up in here, man. Tech Boy, what up, man? Brother Zeke, what up? Big Dog Productions, what up, man? Distant Rose, what up, man? Let some more y'all get in here, man. Cam, what up, man? KC, what up, man? Kwame Kaji, what up, man? All right, man. Oh, man. It's a horrifying story, man. Really sad one. Rodimus writes, now I know how Neo felt day number two of waking up to the real world. Yeah. Yeah, this one gonna be a motherfucker. Fair use. Fair use.
People now face charges in the death of a toddler in Denver. Within the last hour, police announced the arrest of the child's mother.
Her 38-year-old boyfriend is also in jail.
Charges in the death of a toddler in Denver. Within the last hour, police announced the arrest of the child's mother.
Her 38-year-old boyfriend is also in jail. 9 News reporter Shalima Maharaj joins us now with an update. Shalima.
Good evening. Denver police say Melissa Wayne, the child's mother, is being held for investigation of child abuse resulting in death. Now, we've been reviewing the arrest affidavit for Nicholas Stout, who was arrested on Sunday. He was in a relationship with Wayne. Now, it was Sunday morning around 5:30 when police responded to a call about an unresponsive child. When they got to the home, they found a man trying to perform CPR on that child. Now, court documents identify him as the accused man's uncle. The child's mother was also inside the home at the time, and so was her boyfriend, Nicholas Stout. Now, the child's mother told officers the little girl had been jumping on the bed the day before and fell off, leaving her with bruises to her head and face and an injury to her mouth. Now, Nicholas described the toddler as a daredevil. He said that on Friday he tried to stop her from jumping off the bed, and in the process of doing that, she hit her head on a nightstand. Now, police also spoke with a man who had been living in the home for about a week.
When you tell the police stories like this, when you abuse a child, they know that you're lying. I don't even know why people do this, especially when it results in the death of a child. I understand not wanting to get caught, but it's like, it's really inevitable.
For about a week. He told officers Nicholas Stout frequently yelled at the child, and he could hear slapping noises coming from the bedroom where she stayed with her mom. Now, he said between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. on January 17th, he heard yelling and screaming, and shortly after that, everything was quiet for the rest of the night. Now, Nicholas Stout was arrested on suspicion of first-degree murder and child abuse resulting in death. Both he and Wayne remain behind bars tonight. Shalima Maharaj, 9.
Here's these two right here. Nicholas Stout and Melissa Wayne, both 38 years old. Man arrested on suspicion of killing a toddler in Southwest Denver was described as aggressive and unhinged by others living in the household, according to police. Nicholas Stout, 38, faces charges of first-degree murder and child abuse resulting in death after Denver police arrested him Sunday afternoon in connection with the death of a 2-year-old daughter of his girlfriend, 38-year-old Melissa Wayne, according to the probable cause affidavit. Wayne was also arrested on child abuse charges in connection with the death. Police responded to a call of an unresponsive child in need of medical assistance around 5:30 a.m. Sunday in the 100 block of South Vrain Street, according to the affidavit and a social media post from the DPT. Upon arrival, Stout and Wayne told them that the toddler had been jumping on their bed and fell into the gap between it and the wall. The girl had bruising on her head and face that appeared to be in various stages of healing, according to the affidavit. Investigators also found multiple bloody towels, rags, and wipes that were in a trash can inside the house, and a bloody handprint on the wall of the bedroom where the child and couple all slept. A household member interviewed by the police the day before said Stout was yelling at the girl for hours, making her scream and cry, according to the affidavit. At one point, the household member said he heard something smacking around, a smacking sound from inside the room, and heard Stout say something to the effect of, "You fucking bit me, and I fucking hate you." A short time later, the child stopped crying for the remainder of the night. Other household members told the police that they have frequently seen Stout yelling at the child and heard smacking noise from inside the bedroom, but never actually saw the man hitting the child, according to the affidavit. They also described him as verbally aggressive, short-fused, hot-headed, unpredictable, and unhinged. Wayne said that he had yelled at the girl multiple times Saturday about using the potty in the bedroom and that she saw him hit the child at least twice that evening. They both woke up at 5:30 a.m. following day and found the girl unresponsive. After executing a search warrant for the home the following day, the police found the residence cluttered and grimy, according to the affidavit. The couple's bedroom had several types of tools, clothes, food, debris, and dirty diapers in the room, with very little available floor space. Based on the witness testimonies, the injuries the child sustained, the bloody rags, the handprint inside the house, as well as the falls coming from the child's play, don't typically result in death. Police arrested Stout and Wayne on suspicion of committing a crime in the child's death. That's a hard 38 right there. That's a hard 38. That's a lot of alcohol and drugs right there. That's a lot of alcohol and drugs. First of all, man, rest in peace to this baby. Rest in peace to this baby, man. Right? You know, this is crazy because once again we have another case of the same things that they talk about black men, right? The same things that they say about black men when when most of it is slander, it actually ends up being manifest in the white men that they choose to be with, or the white men that settle for them, however you want to depict it, whatever perspective you want to take it from, right? They say that men are abusive, black men are abusive, black men are violent, and black men are dangerous to children. But what do we see manifest in this white man that she just had to have? This man beat her child to death. And you know what? I know that that's not the first time that he beat this child like this. It's just that this time the child's luck ran out. I know this is not this man's first time. Meanwhile, when a so-called black man gets with one of these single mother whores, them children might not even know who the fuck they daddy is. And I've seen this before where they will have multiple children not know who any of their fathers are. And then some simp ass nigga will come along and stepdaddy him up and wife up this bitch. And then years down the line, when they a discipline problem, don't you put your hands on my kids. In essence, it's a lot of cases where this brother has basically adopted these little motherfuckers. You can't even raise your voice to check them when you one of these single moms. But Brad can just go ahead and beat him to death. King, that's right. They say all that about us, but we are the preferred stepdad among all races. Plus, Keisha gets offended when black men are told not to become a stepdad. Yeah, I mean, stop moving the goalposts. Choose a position already. Choose a position already. I don't get it. Yeah, I that just lets you know how they look at you. Rodimus writes, King, that's what kills me. We make the best stepdad, but not the best biological dad. Doesn't make sense. Yep. That's because a lot of times most of the time, I ain't gonna say damn near virtually all the time, they have babies a lot of times with guys that are actually willing to be a father, but they still want to run the streets. They not trying to hear that shit. They are not trying to hear that shit. They always talk about how black men are not domesticated and white men are family oriented. So is this being family oriented, beating your kids to death or beating somebody else's kids to death? Just because you don't want to be a stepdaddy, you not family oriented or you not marriage oriented. Oh, but bottom shelf Brad is. Bottom shelf Brad is. So it's crazy when you find cases like this and you see that the idolatry goes so far with this group that they will even sacrifice their own children. And that's why I titled this video the way that I do. Because a lot of times when they get into these type of interracial relationships with a white man, they will sacrifice their own children, either to child abuse, to child neglect, or to sexual abuse. The same group of women, I want y'all to listen now. The same group of women that will say that they don't trust the biological father of their own daughter to give their daughter, you know, them little plastic bathtubs that they don't even trust they own child's father to bathe their children. These are the same women now that say that they don't even trust that black man to bathe his own black child. These are the same women that will get with a white man and let their child do X, Y, and Z. Right about that, King Des. Right about that, King Des. Brad never has to hear you ain't my real daddy. Right about that shit. Right about that shit. Right about that shit. They don't even let so-called black men have access to their own children, but they will let Brad have their way with your children. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up, man. And judging from the hard looks of this Keisha right here, she might even be one of these kinds with a with a with a white daddy. And let me tell you something. Those ones with the white daddies are the worst possible ghetto gaggers. I mean, they will accept all types of humiliation and degradation. You think dark skinned women are bad? Oh no. The half white ones with the white daddy, they gluttons for punishment. They accept any, and I mean any type of degradation, no matter how bad it is. no matter how bad it is. Yep. My point exactly, Rodimus. All of the paranoia they have for black men are realized within white men. That's the most fucked up part of it. Everything, everything that they accuse you of being, everything that they slander you about is exhibited tenfold in these white men that they choose to be with. Now, maybe if these two wasn't so busy with their alcohol and drugs, maybe they actually could have spent enough time with this child to potty train her so they wouldn't have to become angry if she used the bathroom in a place and a time that they don't like. Yeah, you ain't never lied with that one, King. That's you ain't never lied with that one, bro. King, that's Rice. Akeisha with a Brad as a dad is probably the last group I pick. I even take an African Keisha over them. Yep. 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 My only question is, how many children are going to have to be sacrificed on the altar of the idolatry to the white man? How many children? Especially black children. But how many children are going to be sacrificed on this altar? How many children are going to have their lives destroyed through sexual abuse, through physical abuse, through being maimed and beaten and drowned and poisoned? Or how many are going to have their lives basically snuffed out? Because somebody wants to be with a white man so bad that they willing to look the other way while this white man viciously abuses their child. And then will find a way to blame it on the child. Because see, in this country, the so-called black woman doesn't have any responsibility even over her own children. I guarantee you, if we got in a wider forum with this and they happen to see the child, and if the child is more brown skinned than the mother, then they would deduce that, okay, the father is black. I guarantee you the first thing they would say, even though this white man beat this child to death, I guarantee you the first thing they would say is, where was her father? I guarantee you that'd be the first thing they'll say. Where was her father at? No matter how egregious a crime befalls a child at the hands of their mother, or because the mother neglects and doesn't protect them, they always gonna refer the blame back to the black man. I've even seen murder suicides. Where the father lived where it turned out where the father lived in the house, and Keisha would take herself out and the child, and they'd be like, where was the father at? And they would have these like on Instagram videos where they would show the father standing there crying at the end of the video. So they didn't even make it through the whole a minute and 30 seconds of the video before they start blaming it. Where's the father? You will see comments. People be like, damn, he was at work trying to provide for them. Then we go blame postpartum depression. Rodimus writes, we don't have statistics to back it up. In fact, it's the opposite. When they try to prove it, that shit is annoying. Yeah. But no matter what, blame has to be assigned back to the black man. Has to be. Rodimus writes, Tito, I've seen that happen. The dad will be right there, but the cameraman will crop him out of the shot. Yep. Because the present father doesn't go along with the narrative. It's not good enough to be packaged for TV if it's a present father. If it's a present black father anyway. Yep. But condolences to the family, the other family members of this small child. That this sick, twisted Neanderthal beat to death. And for you so-called black women out there, y'all really need to examine y'all self-hatred. Y'all always talking about how a motherfucker need to get therapy. Y'all need to examine y'all self-hatred. Y'all really need to examine why it is that you will send black men, even upstanding black men, through the ringer. But then you will get with white men like this. Lion writes, I'm really beginning to understand why certain bishops started snubbing these Keishas who join camps just to get married. Yeah. I seen a guy that was in the camp, one number 24 years old, and the multitudes in the camp was talking shit about him because he wanted to marry a fucking 19-year-old that didn't have no kids. 19 already, no kids. And he was a bad person for that, and he won number 24. I couldn't see what the problem was. Well, all right, man. That's something that Lion just said. I guess he's talking about I forgot his name, Gino, whatever, one of the pastors, you know. Yep. Yep. I mean, Rodimus writes, what? That's not a bad age difference. No, it's not a bad age difference. But I mean, as long as the woman is legal, what is a bad age difference? But hey, you know, that's the nigga community for you. Even if they do attempt to walk in truth. Yep. Well, all right, man. I'm about to get up out of here, man. Rest in peace to this baby, man. And shame on these two motherfuckers right here. It's been a Black Pill